I'm Rachel Maddow. Welcome to the Campaign Asylum, your sanctuary from the spin of Election '08. Number one political issue facing America today? If you guessed Iraq, no points for you. That's too easy. So are the men and women, the men and women who would be president, getting any less stupid about Iraq these days? By and large, I think the answer is no. There are geniuses like Rudy Giuliani who are really obviously most comfortable just ignoring the I word altogether.
General Petraeus comes back in September and says, we can win this thing, but it's going to take more U.S. troops. Could you support the notion of adding even more U.S. troops to Iraq?
I got to answer that. Actually, yes. Giuliani goes on in that interview to answer the question by saying,
Of course I'd look at that, and I'd consider that.
Sure. Of course I'd look at that. More troops? Why not? Who cares? Similarly, there's Mike Huckabee, who, as you know, can muster significant opposition to the idea of miniskirts. Apparently can't muster that same opposition to the idea of sending more Americans into the meat grinder that is Iraq.
Would you feel that we owe it to the 150,000 or so Americans serving in Iraq to start pulling them out sooner than later?
We have to make a decision. Do we either pull them out or do we put whatever is necessary to make sure that we don't leave it in a bigger mess than we started with?
Would you?
It's possible.
It's possible. Sure. Why not? Heck, it's not like it's going to be me. Other brilliant ideas from the GOP on Iraq?
The real problem is not that our military is failing. Our military has done an exceptional job, but the Iraqi government is failing.
The blame the puppet government tactic. That darn country that we invaded and deposed their government, turns out they suck.
The government of Prime Minister Maliki is not functioning as it must. I will repeat.
I'm sure you will repeat that, Senator. The blame the Iraqis tactic is as sure a sign as we can get that the presidential candidates are not yet getting less stupid about Iraq. The surge is failing. Make it a bigger surge. The government of a country that's being occupied by tens of thousands of foreign troops shockingly seems to kind of suck as a government. Never could have seen that coming. But, you know, Republicans came up with the idea of the Iraq War in the first place, and we expect their candidates to be kind of stupid about Iraq. My question is, why Democrats? Why the Democratic candidates are parroting the same stupidity?
The Iraqi government is failing its citizens. Government officials refuse to take the steps needed to advance a political solution, improve the economy, and better the lives of ordinary Iraqis. They refuse to do their part to quell sectarian violence.
At 2, Hillary? Everything could have been so great in Iraq. Everything would be working out fine in Iraq now if it weren't for those unexpectedly lame Iraqis who just don't know what's good for them. If that's your analysis of what the problem is in Iraq, I don't feel like the solution is likely to come from you. I'm Rachel Maddow, making sure the candidates are not running the asylum.